everybody. Good evening and welcome to Trivia Ronin. And whether you're tuning in to us on Zoom or Twitch or YouTube after the fact, we are happy to see you. Welcome. Trivia Ronin's got two rules. One, you keep your own score. You write it down. You can make it up if you want. You can cheat. Who cares? It's all up to you. Two is the other rule that I've forgotten, Doug. We're going to have a good time, though. Here we are. Tonight's trivia is going to be 3 rounds. 30 questions with one story question at the end. 2 of the rounds are written word. One of them's Wayla. You're going to look at pictures. You're going to write down your answers. We all know the drill. Enough of my tomfoolery. Let's get going with Trivia Ronin. Question number 1. What is the American culinary reality series broadcast on Fox since 2005 that shares its name with an unrelated neighborhood in Manhattan? 45 seconds on the clock. Fingers crossed. Oh, yeah. Timer's back, baby. Here we go. Question numero uno, and we are going. Let's get my shoulder out of here. Here we go. What is the American culinary reality series broadcast on Fox since 2005? Shares its name with an unrelated neighborhood in Manhattan. That's New York City, everybody. That's New York City. Let me get some of my tunes going. You all can't hear them, but I will. New York City. What is the name of that neighborhood? Or the name of that show? 3, 2, 1. Show them, everybody. 2005. This thing's still on TV. Yes, yes, yes. I think I'm the only person who watches it. Emily, so close. Manhattan. Brooklyn's not in Manhattan, unfortunately. Hell's Kitchen was the answer. Hell's Kitchen. Gordon Ramsay. Question 2. Good luck to you all. What team won the NBA championship last Sunday? 45 seconds on the clock starting now. This one's just for us to talk. This one's so you don't have to think too much. What team won the National Basketball Association championship this last Sunday? Oh, Jimmy Polecat. Got people on Twitch, Doug. Twitch at work. Oh, copy. So, what team won the NBA championship? It's one of the basketball teams. I don't think I switched it because I was typing. 3, 2, 1. Who's got it? Show 'em. Yes. Thank you, Doug. That is their old name. But their new name is the Los Angeles Lakers. They won. And then a bunch of people got tear gassed because that's the reason people should get tear gassed in 2020. Question number 3. We're flying, guys. This one's less fun. What's the name for the mathematical operation that is the product of the named integer and all the integers below it? Exclamation point? 45 seconds. That is not a typo. There's a reason I typed exclamation point. What is the name for the mathematical operation that's the product of the named integer and all the integers below it? Essentially, you write a number and then you write this. That's called blank. And that's the answer to the trivia question. That's how trivia works. What's the name for this mathematical operation? Where are my math nerds at? This was like my favorite thing when I was a math nerd. I know, it's a tough one. But it's okay. If no one gets it, then no one gets it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exclamation point is the thing. Undefined is a good guess. Logic's a good guess. I don't think anyone's going to get this. Quadratic something I like as my favorite guess, but it is factorial. 4 factorial is 24. 4 times 3 times 2 is 24. You didn't need to know that, but now you do. Here's question number 4. This man, along with Henry Wells, co-founded American Express, served as mayor of Buffalo, and is the namesake for a Coen Brothers movie. 45 seconds starting now. He did a lot of things. This guy did a lot of things. I wanted to make him a story question, but, like, There's really not much else interesting about this guy. You don't need a first name. I'm sorry. I just need a last name on this. I wouldn't. I'll tell you the first name, but this man, along with Henry Wells, co-founded American Express, formerly a package delivery company, served as mayor of Buffalo, and is the namesake for a Coen Brothers movie. Who this guy? Who this guy? 8 seconds left. I think most of us will get it if it's just the last name. Maybe on a Coen Brothers movie? 2, 1. Also a hit FX show. Show him. Big Lebowski, good guess. Hudsucker, yes, Doug. Doug got it. William Fargo, as in Wells Fargo. As in the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Don't let it pass my door. Wells Fargo then spun off into American Express. Fun story. Question 5 in theater. Emily, this one's for you. What term describes the rehearsals prior to dress and previews that incorporate lights, sound, official props, and scenery? 45 seconds. Going now for the theater mages. So it's not dress rehearsal. It's not previews. Rehearsals without an audience that incorporate lights, sound, official props, and scenery. It's a 4-letter abbrev. That's your hint. Or you can write the full name if you want to be real fancy. I've got tunes again. In theater, what term describes the rehearsals prior to dress and previews that incorporate lights, sound, official props, and scenery for the first time? I should say 2, 1, show 'em. Nope. Yep. Oh, full name. Good job. Yes, I will accept both of those answers. Tech or technical rehearsals. Technical rehearsals is how I like to refer to them. We're flying, guys. Question number 6. Stateside, that is American states, he's known for his archery marksmanship and an opera. But in Europe, he's a hero of the Swiss liberation movement of the 13th century. 45 seconds. Who am I talking about? Who's this person? And this is the one with your musical hint. It goes like this. Da 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 da. I'm all done. So the answer's not Looney Tunes, but that's probably what you know that from. 3, 2, 1, show 'em if you know. Robin Hood's a good guess, but yes, everybody got it, other than Robin Hood. William Tell. That was the William Tell overture I was poorly singing. This might be the favorite question that I've ever had in this. It's a... Yes, oh, thank you. It is the Lone Ranger theme song, the William Tell overture. Thank you, Doug. Question 7. We're learning so much. It's my favorite. 2-pointer. What did Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion mean by WAP? And what did FDR mean by the WPA? 45 seconds. Each one's worth a point. Each one's worth a point. This is certainly a Venn diagram of people that I hope is the Trivia Ronin audience who know both the answers to this question. 2-pointer. What did Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion mean by WAP? And what did FDR mean by the WPA? Ooh, this is fun. This is when I have to turn over. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. I believe in us. What do we got? Show them. Yes? Yes, close. I figured we'd all get the first part. That's good. It is Wet Ass Pussy, obviously, and the Works Progress Administration or the Work Projects Administration. But 1 point if you got WAP. Now you know what the WPA was too. No worries. We're going to keep it moving. Question number 8. At the advent of the Red Scare in 1938, the U.S. House of Representatives formed a committee to investigate what types of activities per its name. 45 seconds starting now. Guys, this is prime joke category. But also there's like a very specific answer to this one. 30 seconds left in 1938. Seems early for when this was formed, but you know, we learned something here. At the advent of the Red Scare, the U.S. House of Representatives formed a committee to investigate what types of activities per its name. So I'm looking for what's in the name of this committee. But if you have a guess, I'll take... We'll discuss. We'll discuss points for guesses. 3, 2, 1. Show them, everybody. Yep. Some got it. Kind of close. Kind of close, everybody. And interestingly enough, this committee ended up being absorbed into the Judiciary Committee, but they were looking into un-American activities. Un-American activities, or HUAC. Or communism, Doug. If you want to give yourself a point, that's fine. That's what they were doing. But it was the House Un-American Activities Committee. Question 9. Dom Pierre Perignon was a Benedictine monk who lived for 47 years in an abbey in what French province? 45 seconds. We're going now. Not French Provence. The province isn't Provence. I'll give you that. Where did Dom Pierre Perignon live? This is my question where I get to say, famously. Dom Pierre Perignon was a Benedictine monk who lived for 47 years in an abbey in what French province? Merci beaucoup. It's not Provence. Gave you that one. It's not Paris. I'll give you that. That's if that was a guess. Could have been. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I feel like there's maybe. Yep. Hey, nice. Nice one. It is not nice. Nice. It is not Nice. It is Champagne. Dom Perignon being the name of a champagne. A fancy one at that. I can't afford it, but some people can. Question 10. The doo-wop band The Parliaments achieved success backing up George Clinton. However, following a contract dispute, they were forced to rename themselves as what? 45 seconds. What did the Parliaments turn into? Sorry about the timer on this one. This is just one of my patented, overly long-worded questions. The Parliaments, named after the cigarette. Found that out in researching this question. The doo-wop band The Parliaments achieved success backing up George Clinton. However, following a contract dispute, they were forced to rename themselves as what? 16 seconds left. I believe, yes, famously of that. If you are a white person, famously of that. Yes, Doug. 2, 1, show them. Yep. Yep, some are right. Yep. Doug, I will accept either. They turned into Just Funkadelic, but then they reformed as Parliament Funkadelic once the contract dispute was resolved. So, P-Funk is also acceptable. That is their nickname. So I will allow it. Quizmaster allows it. So that's 10 questions, everybody. How we doing? Show them. Show them. Show me the money! 8 from Doug. Oof. 4 from Emily, still in it. 8. Ooh, Lauren's coming back. Chris, you doing all right? $1 million? 4. Boom. I'll take it. All right, guys. So this is our back in 3 minutes moment. So we will be back in 3 minutes. Ooh. You're fired. You're fired. All right. So round 2. Everybody's ready to rock? Round 2. I don't know if it's slightly easier, actually. I feel like I never know. I never know what happens. So let's just do it. Question number 1. The ancient Greek words for wise and foolish are roots for what term for a high school or college age student? 45 seconds starting now. This term is used to refer to someone. who is high school or college aged. I feel like I need to get better at writing. When you are... Here's the new phrasing of the question. When you are high school or college aged, at some point you are referred to as this. 25 seconds. The ancient Greek words for wise and foolish are roots. Both roots for a term for a high school or college age student. 15 seconds. G7. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick one of the 4 things. I know, Doug. Now you're mad. I thought the same thing as you, Emily, when once I was asked this question, but Marissa has nailed it. Sophomore. Oh, Doug got it. As in sophomoric. As in sophomore. Sophomore is what I was looking for. Nailed it. Question numero dos. The Teapot Dome scandal. Remember this from history? Where oil bound for the Navy was siphoned off and sold at a profit to this man's cronies was perpetrated by what garbage president? 45 seconds starting now. He didn't call himself garbage, but he is now known as garbage. And oversaw the Teapot Dome scandal in which they siphoned oil. He siphoned oil, government oil, and gave it to his friends to sell for money. This guy's, the words of Norm Macdonald, this guy's a real jerk. The Teapot Dome scandal, where oil bound for the Navy was siphoned off and sold at a profit by his cronies, was perpetrated by what garbage president? Eight seconds left. Telling Jimmy Polecat to quit his job right now. Gonna see if it works. 2, 1. I think Darcy would be mad about that. Show him. Nixon is a garbage president. This is true. Both Bushes is my favorite answer. This is one of them ambiguous ones. I love that everyone said Bush. Like, and nobody said Trump. I felt like that was the low-hanging fruit. The answer is Warren G. Harding. Warren G. Harding really sucked the big one. He's the reason we haven't had a president from Ohio since. Sorry, Doug. True story. Question 3. News team assemble. This term was first used by a CBS executive in 1952 during that year's nominating conventions. 45 seconds starting. Meow. What term am I talking about? News team assemble. This term was first used by a CBS executive in 1952 during that year's nominating conventions. And I should say this term was first used in a television sense. "15 seconds left. Copy. It's a term used in news on television for somebody, but you might just want to read the first part and think about that. News team assemble! Just think about what that means. Maybe think about a movie it refers to. And write something down. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody got it? No. Except for Doug. News team assemble, famously said by Ron Burgundy in the movie Anchorman. The first time they used the term anchor to refer to their on-screen talent. Question number 4. The Six Flags Amusement Company is named such because 6 nations have claimed sovereignty over this state, where it is headquartered. 45 seconds starting now. So for my either state history buffs or amusement park buffs, this one's for either one. Oh. James throwing a wrench in my works right now. 30 seconds left. Uh-oh. Ooh, I gotta scroll up real quick. Everyone be cool. Gotta scroll up to the answer. Alright, nailed it. Oof. Just barely nailed it. 10 seconds left. The Six Flags Amusement Company is named such because 6 nations... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Who's got it? Yep. Doug's right. Yet not New York. It is the great state of Texas. Texas has been a sovereign state in France, Spain, the United States, the Confederacy, and if you talk to any one of them for too long, their own republic. And then, I don't know, maybe there's one more? Spain? Did I say Spain? Whatever. It's 6. I promise it's 6. Let me see here. Great. Oh, good. All right, this keeps moving. We're just going to go straight to me in the corner because I have to fix some things. In the Tom Cruise movie, All the Right Moves, Craig T. Nelson plays a character with this occupation, which would later come to define his career in a long-running TV show. 45 seconds are about to cover the question. Craig T. Nelson was on a show for a long time that defined his career, we say, in the acting business. Yep. Huh? Oh, this is fun. We're going to have an unscheduled break in a few. 4, 3, 2, 1. Show him. Craig T. Nelson was on it. Yep. I'll accept the shortest answer, but you all wrote even more of an answer. The answer was he's a coach. He's a coach, everybody. Coach. Coach was the yob. Nailed it. Craig T. Nelson, coach on the show called Coach. Question 6. What's the term for a 3-paneled painting where the 2 outer panels are hinged so they can cover the center? This is an art history question. 45 seconds starting now. I love to put one of these in there for anyone who is randomly an art history major. What is the term for this thing? Do we get to the... I think we get there. Oh, fun. Okay, great. Don't worry, everybody. I solved the technical difficulty. Maybe. We're going to find out. 15 seconds left. What is the name for a 3-paneled painting famously Hieronymus Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, I want to say, is one of these. If that's a hint, good for you. You probably already knew the answer, though. Show it. Anybody who knows, I know. Oh, Emily coming through. Yes, it is a triptych. A triptych is the term for that thing. Triptych. Question 7. What scientific prefix means 1 billionth, but also referred to a certain model iPod? 45 seconds, starting now. For those who don't know, an iPod is what an iPhone was that couldn't make phone calls. 40 seconds on the clock. What scientific prefix means 1 billionth, but also referred to a certain model iPod? One of them was called this, but also it's a prefix. 10 seconds left. My science geeks or my Apple geeks? Who's got it? 4, 3, 2, show 'em. Yeah. Many people got it. Yes. The answer is Nano. iPod Nano. I have one in my car still right now. Just tell Marissa about it. Don't know why, just found it. My car has an iPod hookup. It's great. That's what's great about having a 2013 car. Question 8. Ceres, Vela, and Pallas are all named types of these. Also, an arcade game released in 1979 shares the same name. 45 seconds. Sorry. Let me restate that question. Ceres, Vela, and Pallas are all named types of these, if that emphasis helps. Also, an arcade game released in 1979 shares the same name. 30 seconds. Maybe if I say it while you see me. Ceres, Vela, and Pallas are all named types. That's how you should say it. Named types of these. Also, an arcade game released in 1979 has the same name. 14 seconds. Confusing question? That's the theme of tonight. But if you know your 1979 arcade games, you got this, kids. 2, 1, show 'em. Pew, 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 pew. Yes! The answer is asteroids. They're all asteroids. Ceres, almost the size of a planet. Fun fact. It's in the asteroid belt. We never talk about the asteroid belt. Why is that? Probably because we have too many problems here on Earth. Question 9. The Cloud Gate is the official... Here's the obligatory Chicago question. The Cloud Gate is the official name for a statue in Millennium Park, Chicago, although most folks refer to it by this title due to its shape. 45 seconds. The Cloud Gate is the official name for a statue in Millennium Park. That's in Chicago, Illinois, although most folks refer to it by this title due to its shape. They call it something else. Most folks don't know it's called the Cloud Gate. I do, because I know stupid things about Chicago. 20 seconds left. The Cloud Gate's the official name for a statue in Millennium Park, Chicago, although most folks refer to it by this title due to its shape. What do people call this thing? Even Chicagoans call it this thing. 2, 1, show 'em. Andy Dwyer would say that's why they call it Beantown. Emily, you overthought it. It's the bean. I know you're thinking of that Picasso sculpture. You overthought it. That's a good one, too. The bean. If you wrote the bean, you got it. Question 10. A 920-calorie menu item at Wendy's is described as a half pound of fresh beef, American cheese, 6 pieces of applewood, smoked bacon, ketchup, and mayo. What's its trademarked name? 45 seconds. Yep, they trademarked the name for this thing. God bless them. Isn't it fun? Oh my God. Just nailed this. With 3 seconds left, I nailed this technical difficulty. All right, show them, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Fat kids got it. It's the Baconator, baby. It's that Baconator life. I haven't had one, but I hear terrible things. The Baconator was your answer. Tally up your scores, guys. 2 rounds down. What are we at? Chris, 9 total. Making a big comeback that round. 16 for Doug. Brutal. 8 for Emily. Still in it. 10 plus dos. Donze? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. 12. 12 for the old Larry. All right. Guys, there we are. That's 2 rounds. We're going to do another 3 minutes. We're going to come back. It's Wayla time. It's Wayla time. Go get your drinks. Bye. 3 minutes. 6:42. How's everybody doing? We're ready for picture round. Point at picture. Say what is. Nice. Thumbs up. Here we go. It's Wayla. There's 10 of these. I hope. I did count them twice, but we've been known to mess that up. And by we, I mean me. Here we go. Question number 1. And I love who we've got in the house tonight, because I don't know who's going to get this except maybe Doug. Boom. Question number 1. This is the most famous person on Twitch. What's his name? 45 seconds starting now. This human is, like, if you're under 20, this human's more famous than, like, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, like all those fuckers. Just more famous than famous people. 32 seconds. Who is this person? Maybe check that chair in the background and be like, oh, that's what the person does for a living. Doug and I want to be this person because then I wouldn't have to work in a restaurant. That'd be cool. I could just do what this person does for a living. 10 seconds left. Who is this? I don't need their real name. I actually don't know their real name. I just need their Twitch handle. 2, 1. Show them. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. It's Ninja. This is Ninja. That's the one. He's the one. The person. Boom. Question. And number dos. Uh-oh. Oh, right. I have to do this thing. Doug, don't worry. I remember it. Question number 2. Now, this is for the olds. What's the name of this cartoon character? 45 seconds starting now. This is the one where I was like, haha. 20-year-olds won't know this. 45 seconds on the clock. From the comic strip Peanuts. What's the name of this bird? Some people will know. Maybe I should just sing the William Tell Overture during all 45 seconds. That seems like fun. For me. Probably not for y'all. 16 seconds left. What's the name of this little bird? My little birds all over King's Landing. Dean knows. Dean knows for sure. Emily's doing something. Blocking his face. 2, 1. Who dis? Yep. Yep. Everybody? Oh, I love an all skate. We got an all skate. Woodstock. Woodstock is correct for you kids watching on Twitch. The one kid watching on Twitch is in his 40s, but still, in theory. Next. This is a car logo. What car company is it? 45 seconds. Going now. To this day, same logo. Fun Matt trivia. My car growing up was one of these. There you go. First car my mom bought at age 39. True story. She's pretty cool. She's played trivia before. She didn't have a good time. I mean, she did. She liked to see me, but, you know, not her thing. My mom, if trivia was in a bar, my mom is the one who's, like, going to bother every table. So you miss, like, 5 questions, but you're actually like, that lady was fun. 3, 2, 1. What car company is this? Good guess, but not right. Everybody else got it. It is Buick. It's the logo for Buick cars. I always throw one for Detroit. Throw one for Detroit. Okay. This is Gritty. And honestly, the answer's on the screen. This is Gritty. He's the mascot for a hockey team. I need the city and the team name. 45 seconds going now. Gritty is the mascot for what hockey team? He's wearing the logo on his chest. I shouldn't gender Gritty, honestly. We don't know what this thing is. I'm just a big fan of Gritty. In general. Because they just invented him like 2 years ago. This team. It's also kind of terrifying. Like, look in those eyes for a long time. Spend the last 15 seconds just looking in the eyes of this thing. Some Slender Man stuff here. Haunt your dreams. 2, 1. What team? Yep. All skate? Yeah. The Philadelphia Flyers have Gritty as their mascot, with a long legacy of weird mascots in the city of Philadelphia. Next. These are just a tray full of snails, but what do the French call them? 45 seconds starting now. It's a bunch of cooked snails. But what does the French call them? Call them this, you can sell them for 20 bucks. My fine diners, where you at? It's a great COVID dish. Everyone gets a different snail. Just suck it on down. Leave it to the French to pick a bunch of shit out of their garden and sell it for 30 bucks, man. I love it. God bless. I work for the French now, and I'm making way more money. It's great. 3, 2, 1. What's the name of this dish? Oui, chef. No. Oh. Alas, lor, Chris. It is escargot. Or as Tom Haverford would say, snail mail. My escargot to go service, snail mail. Next. All right, this animal has been blamed for the coronavirus by many people. It's not a bat. What is it? 45 seconds starting now. This poor creature. Look at how sad it looks. This poor creature has been blamed for the coronavirus. What's it called? This one's called Jim. I just named him. But what is his species? Feels like a Jim. You know, they kill these things for the scales. It's messed up. Messed up, man. Marissa knows this 100%. Wrote it down as she saw the... Yep, doesn't matter. Wrote it down as she saw the picture. Danny DeVito played this part in Batman Returns. Just kidding. Show him. Be pangolin. Yes. Sounds like pangolin. Not an armadillo, though. They are probably related. I don't know how animals work, but pangolin is what I was looking for. This is a pangolin. Didn't start the coronavirus, or maybe did. Who knows? Either way, it was Gina. Next. These guys. We might have asked this question before, but I'm doing it again just because I love this photo always. But these guys are in a band. Bill and Ted. What's the name of their band? 45 seconds starting now. In the movie. Alex Winter, Keanu Reeves. Their characters are Bill and Ted. They're in a band famously in the movie. And in a 2020 movie. I didn't see it. Anybody see this? Maybe I should watch this tonight. Marissa, should we watch this tonight? Can we rent it? I'm watching Bill and Ted after this. Let's do it. I was worried that Bill and Ted was the answer, but it wasn't. 20 seconds. Chat. I think we're watching Bill and Ted now, Doug. Sorry. You want to do chat? No, you got to do trivia tomorrow. But I'm going to be on Switch before I go to work. And then I have all day Saturday off. We'll talk offline. 1-0. Yep. Well, yes, I didn't say spelling counts, but Marissa did get the correct spelling. It's W-Y-L-D, Wild Stallions. Wild Stallions. What happened to air guitar, guys? Let's talk about it. Next. What country is this? We always do flags. This is maybe the easiest one. Going, 45 seconds. This isn't one of those Indonesia, Poland questions. Although I was pretty proud of that. I really want to find a flag that's the same color as the timer. That's my next goal. Just to really confuse people. I feel like Anguilla or something probably has like a teal flag. Oh, this isn't Anguilla. Is that a country? 20 seconds left. What country is this? I'll tell you what they stand for in 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, liberté, égalité, fraternité. Take those question marks off, Emily. You are correct. It is the France. Although French is technically not an answer, but it is France. The country is France. Either way, I'll accept it. Next. This guy's named Eddie. He just died. What's his band called? 45 seconds starting now. Famously in a band, this dead Eddie, R.I.P. R.I.P. I love this photo, man. This is dope. Because some might say this band was famous for jumping. Nah, too much. That was too easy. 19 seconds. Sorry, Twitch. Too easy. Eddie, R.I.P. 8, 7, 6. Schmive. 400. Show him, everybody. We got it. Just died. I know. Well, I like that, Doug. Very funny, but how dare you? The Red Rocker is not an original member of this band. Van Halen. Yes, Eddie Van Halen dead. Alex Van Halen still alive. because it's 2020. Next. I don't know. Who was worse? Who cares? Van Halen's fun. All right. Everybody's seen a painting like this at some point, but who's the artist? 45 seconds. I just need a last name. This is one of his. But suffice it to say, all of his look pretty much the same. Again, just to be clear, not an art historian, not an art critic, but they all look kind of like this. In fact, I have a mechanical pencil for this artist because my mom bought me things. I only need the last name. It's one of those you're going to go, oh, I didn't even know that. Unless you randomly knew it. This is an educational question for everybody. 3, 2, 1. Anybody know it? Michelangelo, good guess. Mark is always a good guess. Warhol is even closer. Matisse, a good guess. It is Piet Mondrian. Piet Mondrian, a famed neoplasticist. Because art history. Anyway, Mondrian. If you see one of these, now you can feel smart. Oh, that's very Mondrian-esque. It's fine. And I think that's it, guys. Now we get to sit with Ninja. So, boom. That's 3 rounds going into the story. How we looking, everybody? How's tricks? Doug's at 25. Ooh. Anybody within 10? Anybody not within 10? Oh, 20. We're here. 15, 14. Oh, Emily. Only one out of contention. Unless we do Final Jeopardy rules. And Doug loses 10 if he gets it wrong. But alas, we do not, because we've never heard of Jeopardy here at Trivia Ronin. But, you know, you can hang out and listen to the story. Duh. We're going to have a good time. Otherwise, it's anybody's game. Trivia Ronin. 3-minute break. Do your thing. Hit the loo. We'll be back at... Eventually, we'll get this 3-minute timer down, I promise. But in this time, we'll be back at 6:59. Go nuts! Now, let's talk about the present, and I'll tell you my story today. My story is about something near and dear to all of us, I'm sure. It is about King Harald Gormson, or King Harald I of Denmark. So, that old yarn. So Harold, King Harold or King Hank, we can call him, just us. He's famous for a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to tell you the story of his reign tonight, essentially. So Harold was the son of a guy named Gorm the Old. I presume Gorm the Old was not always his name, but I guess he got old and then you get that nickname, you know, in the 900s, that's what happens. By the way, Harold's reign was 958 to 986, so we are talking pretty far back. Gorm was a pretty quintessential Dane, pretty quintessential Scandinavian. He spent most of his reign just kind of running around, looting and pillaging. He burned a lot of churches. Essentially what was going on is people would build churches, then a bunch of the Norsemen would burn them. Back and forth we would go. So he burned a bunch of churches, and then eventually people got mad at him, blah, blah, blah. He went to war. He dies. Harold comes to power, and he's like, you know what? It seems like all we're doing is burning churches and then getting in trouble and coming back. So I'm going to make some moves. So Harold does his first thing. He goes, I'm sort of done pillaging. What I'd rather do is build walls around the towns we already have. So he builds these big circular walls around these Danish towns that exist, that have 4 entrances from all the cardinal directions, which is like pretty impressive for the time. And they're essentially impenetrable. So all 5 of these cities are linked up and they're around one central city. So he essentially founds the first Danish state that can kind of sustain itself. He also, he basically decides, look, man, all this like Norse gods versus Christian gods thing, it's just not working out. So he just makes friends with the Christians. He says, you know what? I'm not too mad at you guys. So he makes friends with all the bishops in the various towns. Now, a bishop at this point is just kind of a guy with, 10 Christians hanging out. But he makes friends with all of them and he says, look, you can practice whatever you want to do. I'm not going to convert, but you do what you got to do. We're out of here. So then, again, this is the 900s. Things get a little bit foggy at this point. At one point, here's some highlights. One of his nephews, along with some other cousins, goes out and they conquer Norway. Just take over Norway. So then Norway is part of Denmark. That's cool. Otto the First of the Holy Roman Empire decides, you know what, it's nice that some of you are Christian, but I'm going to put what's called a bishopric, I believe. But essentially, that's like it would be like if a Catholic parish became sovereign. So Otto I of the Holy Roman Empire sends these like militant bishops into Denmark and establishes these sovereign territories. That makes Harold mad, obviously, because he can't collect taxes anymore. Harold goes to war against the Holy Roman Empire. Not a good idea at this point. Loses real bad, we think. Again, we know very little. Harold straight up has to become a Christian. So all of a sudden, like, in the next text we have about him, he's Christian. We think it's because he lost the war, and it was like, hey, bro, now you got to get on our team. So Harold becomes that. Fast forward a little further, he invades a bit of Germany while Otto II wasn't looking. Otto II goes to war in Italy. He invades Germany, takes back some Danish territories, so essentially makes Denmark, again, more of a sovereign state. Then fast forward a little bit, the next thing we hear about Harold is his son is chasing him down to try and take over the throne for the old gods of Denmark again. And essentially Harold dies in seclusion. We don't know where he goes, but eventually he dies, and his son takes the throne and makes the Danes, Norsemen again rather than Christians. Blah, blah, blah. All of these are the small facts we know about Harold. If it sounds like Game of Thrones, by the way, it absolutely is. This is one of the source materials for George R.R. Martin, especially for like the Greyjoys. There it is. So, legacy. Let's talk about this. Harold's legacy. He's one of the first Christian kings. He conquers Norway. He unites Denmark. So all of these things, if you're Danish, he's kind of a dude you talk about over there. To the point that fast forward until we were in 900, fast forward to 1997. There are scientists at a Swedish mobile phone company called Ericsson, if you remember Ericsson. They're teaming up with IBM. They're trying to develop a shortwave radio technology to transmit data. Essentially, one of those scientists on the project, one of the Americans, a guy named Jim Kardash, he decides to read a book to bone up on his Norse mythology or his Norse history. He reads this book called The Longships that mentions Harold, and specifically mentions King Harold and his famous nickname. And then sees that the rune of his name is printed in this book, because all of them used runes back in the day, right? And so a lot of times you would combine two runes to be a name. So Harold's rune was a combination of a vertical line and an X, and then a triangle and an inverted triangle. And they combined the two of those, and that became the rune that meant Harold. And so Jim Kardash, who's a scientist on this project, goes, that's a cool rune, and that's a cool nickname. I should call this thing I'm working on that nickname, and I should make this rune the logo for what I'm working on. So the question is this easy. It's this easy. What is King Harold I of Denmark's nickname? 45 seconds starting now. Huh? Oh, the timer doesn't pop up on this one. Oops. I'll go in the corner. Hang on. Made a product for shortwave radio communication. Oops. We'll just look at Ninja so we get the timer. 30 seconds left. Now we're back to me. Yes. This scientist, Jim Kardash, was working on a shortwave radio data communication device. 16 seconds left. This king's nickname became the name for this product, and I'll give you a hint. You are using this product today. 5, 4, 3, 2. You've also seen the rune every single day of your life right now. Show them. MacBook, good guess. The Apple, good guess. Good guess. Good guess. Anybody else? You're going to be mad. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. There it is. Can't really see it. Bluetooth. King Harold Bluetooth. And the Bluetooth logo you see every day is the rune for Harold Bluetooth's name. Fucking sponkers. That dude is on your phones. So anyway, that's it. Doug pulling through, man. Pulling through. That's a wonky one, but well done. There it is. 35 for the Doug man. 35, everybody. I hope I hope some of our Twitch folks got Bluetooth. Perhaps Jimmy Polecat, our one viewer. So here we go. For those of us at Trivia Ronin, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support we are getting. Keep it coming. Keep tuning in on Twitch. We are exploring a Thursday night. We're going to discuss it with the Zoom audience right now. It may just happen, but thanks once again. And for all of us at Trivia Ronin, just, be a good person. Please. Bye.